So I'm finally back from Baltimore, and I'm frustrated. I'm kind of bummed out. The appointment went great. Uh, Apparently, as per John Hopkins policy, which if that's their policy, there's a policy. I don't have a choice. I have to see a sexual behavior therapist. Yes, something. Just the title of this person just seems like he treats deviants, and whatever, sexual behavior therapist. Um, I'm frustrated because I made this appointment back in June. It is now September. I've literally wasted from June until September seeing my therapist, who I was told that's who I needed a letter from, and I was given that letter. But I've wasted from September to June seeing my therapist. Granted, I didn't waste it because my therapist she's a good therapist. But had I known that I was supposed to see this sexual behavior therapist at Johns Hopkins, I would have scheduled that appointment prior to going to the endo. And I would have had that in the works. Now it feels like I'm to the point right now, I feel like I've taken, you know, 2 steps forward and just one big step back. And it's going to take me 2 steps to get back forward again. I don't know. It's just frustrating, and I'm kind of bummed about it. But this is what I have to do. I mean, I have to call them on Monday because there's the initial appointment I will drive down to Baltimore to do. But there's no way I can drive down to Baltimore every week. There's no way I can drive down to Baltimore every other week. Baltimore's like 3.5, almost 4 hours away from where I live. What sucks is I live in a podunk fucking coal mining town. And finding an endo that's closer is impossible. Impossible. I could go to New York City, which is only what, like 2 hour 45 minutes from here. But I'm not driving in a city I'm not familiar with. And fuck New York City. I'm not driving in that mess. To me, that's just a mess. And it's like the last place in the world I would want to get lost. I'm more familiar with Baltimore and just more comfortable going there. But so hopefully they'll be able to do. I don't even know what's all involved with this therapist thing. I don't know anything. I guess that's another part of the frustration. I don't know what's involved, and am I just going to be repeating my what I've been doing for the last several months? Am I just repeating that all over again? I mean, I'm the type of person I'm going to be like, this shit's getting redundant. It's time to move on. ADD's going to kick in. Oh, look, a squirrel. You know, um, but yeah, but she is going to start me on tea once she gets the okay from the behavioral sexual therapist or the sexual behavior therapist, whatever the fuck it is. Um, and once she gets that okay, she's calling the local pharmacy or get my daughter's meds filled, and she's gonna call my script in. Now, having seen my roommate going through this, my roommate, I guess it was kind of odd too because my roommate's on injectables and started, and it went 3 months before he had to go back to the endo. She don't want to see me for 6 months. Granted, I don't know how long I'm going to be talking to this therapist here or down there, So I've got my 6-month appointment not even on T yet, but I got the appointment for 6 months. Um, it's just a really confusing day as far as everything that just the day in general. You know, rushing to get there because I left in what I thought would have been an appropriate amount of time. Well, I guess I was wrong. Um, but every time I've gone into Baltimore, I've never had to be there at a certain time, so I never really paid attention to how long it would take me. Um, and then the whole, she scheduled my 6 month, but, you know, I've got to talk to this other therapist first, and, you know, now I've got to figure out, you know, do they want me down there, like, every week? Because that's not happening. Every other week? It's not happening either. Um, Once a month? I could do once a month, but, you know, by the time I see her in 6 months, I may just be going there to start. I don't know. Uh, I don't live there. If I lived in Baltimore, that'd be different. But I don't live in Baltimore. I live in fucking Freeland. Um, it's just been a crazy, hectic day. I'm tired. It seems like all I've done all day is drive and spend money and drive and spend more money. So, but I am going to be on the Androderm. You know, of course, she had to tell me that, you know, puberty's going to take 2 to 3 years, da 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 da. So, yes, this I know. This is all stuff that I know already. But, you know, thank you for reiterating it to me. Give me the number of the person I need to call. But apparently everything was faxed over to that unit, that whatever, was actually faxed right in front of me. She's like, well, if you don't hear from them in 7 to 10 days, call them. I'm like, oh, I'm going to call them. I'm going to be on the phone with them tomorrow. Just because there's no way I could, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Got no choice. Uh, but anyway, that's my update. No T start yet. Gotta talk to this other therapist. Um, Keep y'all posted on what's going on after I find out more from this other person.